Welcome. Why am I awake? Oh, didn't really sleep. I slept a tiny bit, maybe. Hi, guys. If anybody's there. Oh, 284. Yes, okay. I'm blind. Okay. 400 tons of empties. Technically, you could do with one switcher, but I want to get some decent speed. So I've got two switchers. I'm not sure if the route I'm going on has much of a hill or not. I think it's going to. I'm skipping Machine Factory though. I'm going straight to Food Factory from here. So we're going to go north out of here, then branch off. North out of here, and then branch off this way. A route that I've barely ever taken, so I'm not too sure how it goes. I did it once or twice. And right to Food Factory. So yeah, I wanted to play this, and I guess I didn't want to do this off screen, and then oh hey, he's got more money now. So I did do a bunch of switching off screen. I had a couple of switch jobs of the oil tankers that we brought in last time, and then a loading job. So we unloaded the tankers that we brought in last time, and then I loaded 3 little flat cars with containers. That's the first set of 3 cars in this train. But then that was worth a pretty good amount of money unloading those tankers. Hazmat 1 is paying off. But now I've got a whole bunch of empty tankers, and empty flat cars, and empty containers in the front. Pretty long train, but it's all empty. So it's only 400 tons. I added it all up. And if you're wondering how much money I have, 68,000. That's after all the fuel costs of switching jobs. I was up to over 70,000, but then I had to fuel up. I'm not sure what the speed limit is here. I think it's 70. I missed it. Oh, actually, it's high. It's like 10. Yeah. 100. 12. 120. Oh yeah. 2 engines that have no problem with this. Very nice. No point in going over 70 though, because we gotta switch not too far from here, I think. Well, we are starting to get a hill here. 1.1% grade. Throw on the power just so we don't lose speed. I think they gave us like 46 minutes. Yep, 35 already. 7. Yeah, switch coming up. I know I'm gonna have to turn it because I usually never take this route. And we're definitely climbing. But we got the power on and we're still losing speed. Well, you can't really see that switch sign, but there we go. 6 going right. Is that uphill? I think so. Yeah, I knew we were going to be overheating soon. Going uphill? Probably. Thankfully, we're just empties. At least. Well, those empties. 8. Actually, it was downhill. I couldn't tell because it was faded out. But it was downhill. Nice. The other way's uphill. Of course, I just get up to speed. Derail Valley. And of course I overbrake, especially since everything's empty. I braked like it was loaded. But of course we gotta wait for the train to get past that curve. Got a little ways to go. We're doing good on money. When I get to Food Factory, cash out and fuel up the engines. I'm gonna buy that steam engine license, even though there's no steam engine there. I just want to have it. Buy the steam engine license, buy the license, the lighter, and the shovel, and the guide for it, just so I can have it. I know how to run it enough. But just for completion's sake, I guess. Gotta pick up that caboose eventually. Carrying the keys around. That doesn't look like 6. doing 45. Five. Sorry if I don't have much commentary right now. I wanted to run the train, get my steam engine license and stuff. I slept maybe a couple hours overnight, maybe. The problem was I wasn't really ready to lay down yet. I wasn't really that tired yet when I laid down, but my tailbone was barking. Just couldn't keep sitting here. And I did the old trick. You know, sometimes I think I belong in an old fogey home. I got out my ibuprofen and Tylenol combo to take when I ate it, like, I don't know, one in the morning, whenever I was done with Hard Truck Apocalypse stream. And what do I do when I'm down there, since my drink is up here? I put the pills in my pocket. And then I come up here, I eat my food, and then I take my pills. Well, guess what? I never took the stupid pills. So when I'm sitting here at, like, I don't know, 4 in the morning or something, and I'm like, oh my god, I can barely move, I'm in so much pain. Like, well, I took Tylenol and ibuprofen, what's the problem? Then I feel my pocket, I'm like, oh, I did not take Tylenol and ibuprofen. I took nothing. So I took the pills then. And then I said, you know what, I gotta lay down. So I did. Otherwise, I would have streamed then. But, I don't know. These super late night, well, now it's 10 in the morning streams are really not good for my path to affiliate. Because this is not the time when people come to streams. It's just not. But whatever, I'm getting my hours in anyway, that's for sure. I'm just trying to get myself used to streaming a lot. So that, you know, just put out a lot of stuff and eventually something will catch. Hard Truck Apocalypse, I want to try to keep on some kind of a schedule for timing, like, you know, nighttime, but not too late, you know, prime time type deal. Also, the problem is that's when everybody streams, so, you know, I'm going to either be watching other streams or somebody that I know is streaming, and I don't want to stream when they're streaming, even though they all say they don't care, but I don't know, it's kind of, I don't really want to compete with anybody. Oh, it's going to be so nice to have Steam Engine. Yeah, I think fuel-wise, if I run it good, these situations where I'm running 2 or even 3 switchers, especially 3 switchers, I think the Steam Engine would be a little bit better on fuel. The problem with the steam engine is there's not many places where you can get coal and water. Hopefully when they have the big update, that will get addressed, I would think, because they're going to bring out a steam switcher, and switchers you usually use in each town that you're switching in, so they got to have coal and water. Probably. I would think, I'm guessing, but I would think in every major town area, anywhere where a steam switcher could spawn would have to supply coal and water. 4. We are doing 4. The song is dead. Those Action 52 songs from the Genesis. I downloaded them somewhere but they were in the wrong format, I think, and then I had to convert them. I screwed something up because the second half of each song is just dead air. And I think I just find them again and get good versions of them. Something, but I never bothered. Six. Okay, I was gonna say, I think the speed limit went up, but I'm not sure. Okay, we're only doing 35. Let's say the end of the train isn't past that slow section yet, but I ain't even doing 40 anymore. Pretty soon, be hitting the switch to get on the main line, and then it's going to be pretty much all downhill. 5. I'm doing kind of a no-no in this train, although all the cars are technically empty. I've got a bunch of empty flat cars up towards the front of the train, and then a lot of empty tankers at the end. And I think if this was real life, you would really want those flat cars all the way at the end, because you would streamline. Although, once again, since they're all empty, it's not as big of a deal. Like if those tankers were loaded all the way in the back, that would be really bad. But string lining isn't a thing in this game yet. Slack action is, but they haven't really programmed in string lining, which is basically what that is if you're going around a curve with a long train, you've got empty cars in the front and loaded in the back, then the force of pulling those loaded cars back there is going to yank the empties in the front into a straight line or a string line across a curve. Shortest point is shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So it's what Norfolk Southern did on Horseshoe Curve like 3 times in 1 year. What was it, last year now? Or that year before? It's like they forgot how to run the Horseshoe Curve, even though they've been running it for 20 years. That's what happens when all the computer programs and eggheads take over, pretty much. They think they know better. They're like, oh, we got these. What are the remote control units called? EPUs. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but the remote control engines that are cut like into the middle of the train or at the end, and yes, that does help. That helps with the string lining thing. But still, if it's not enough and you've got too much power in the front and not enough in the middle or in the back, you got the empties up front, you're going to yank them around that curve. That's what they did. They had empty lumber cars. They're called, what are those cars called? Center beams? Yeah, center beams. And they're very lightweight when they're not loaded up with lumber. And they're tall and tippy anyway. And so they had all these empty, tall, tippy cars up at the front, and then whatever in the back that obviously wasn't that light. Okay. I was doing exactly 60, so I didn't have to hit the brakes, but I did. I think we are going to start going downhill now. Anyway. But anyway, that's what happened. They were coming up around Horseshoe Curve, and they just strung lined the cars right straight across the curve. 2 or 3 times. Which is impressive. One time I can understand. Oh, they goofed. They forgot about the string lining thing. Okay, they'll fix it. They'll put the loads in the front next time. And then it happened again. we're definitely going downhill because I hit the brakes and then we made it back up to 60 and I hit the brakes again. Okay, these cars, unfortunately, for this train, are getting split up between a bunch of different tracks. Oh, I don't want to go that way. Oh, we're going up here? Well, actually, that's fine. Brakes on that bridge. I do have some cars going here, so this isn't a total waste. Okay, I didn't mean to put the brakes on that. I kind of panicked a little bit there. I always run into trouble coming into Food Factory. Because either way, this way you're coming through that tunnel, and then a blind curve with the switches, and the other way you're coming around a blind curve, and then the switch is right there. Okay. I think I need 3 and 4 for the empty tankers. They're actually empty right now. Okay. Oh, what's on the end? All the way over. Got it. My head is hitting the mic. Sorry about that. It's really not an optimal way to set up my microphone. So we're kind of working this backwards a bit. Which if I had the remote wouldn't be too big of a deal, but I don't, so this is going to be a little silly. I think what I'll do is just leave all of... Well, no, that's silly too. I've got 25 minutes to figure this out, so we made really good time up that shortcut route. Oh wow, there's the tankers way back there. So the last 7 cars go on the track that we just pulled through, and then the 6 cars or 5 cars ahead of that goes one track over. I'm guessing I can't see anything back there. We need to come forward. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 cars. Probably up to the main switch. At least it's all lightweight. I'm able to move pretty quick. Spinner wheels. I just said it's lightweight. Now I can see. So far away though, it's still maybe a guess. Now I can see. Looking for is for the whole end of the train to be on the... Yes, it is. Okay. That's 7301 and then 437 on the other. 48. I don't know. 173. There we go. Yeah, we're rolling a bit. It's okay. I just blew the air on all those cars, so we're not gonna be rolling anymore. I just have the engine brake on. I'm trying to save some time by not leaving the train brake on. Okay, so now how far forward do we have to go? 5 cars. Around the curve a bit. Kind of wanted to do the tankers after the other part, but this is kind of the way it worked out. Okay, now back. Oh, I'm glad I got here with so much time to spare. It's a lot of switching. Just have to trust myself now because I can't see it. Don't want to shove it back past the end. Good thing is once the tankers are placed, then all the rest of the cars besides the first 3 go on the same track. Hey, I think we got it. Good enough for now. I can shove it back later if it's in the way. Susie gets mad. Oh, this is only 30 here. I knew it was uphill, so I gave her a bit more beans than I needed to. I thought I was too far forward. No, not yet. There's the switch. See it back there? Now, once the freaking greenery all comes back, we're not going to be able to see. Oh, the switch before we roll back over it, because we'll roll back. It's a hill. Okay. Now I want C9. right? I'm not crazy yet. All the way right. And it's empty. Yeah, it better be. Got a bunch of cars we're bringing in. I'm glad I don't have to worry about coupling the cars back there because I can see. Green box car to make a turn. Oh, hi there, Kevin. I think that'll do it. Oh, that's not a green box car. Never mind. Looking at the last container. Oh, whatever. Is this clear on this end? Ah, I'm stuck. How much time do I have? I still got 15 minutes, so I can afford to putz around. Okay. Okay, and these three cars go where? C6I. That's the center track. 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, that's the center track. Scratching ASMR. Oh wait, 6? It's not the center, it's one over from the center. There, that's 6 side. Glad I caught that. Bother looking back, I can't see a damn thing anyway. I know the track's clear. Alright, let's get paid. Oh, I love doing that. Should have had around 12 minutes left. Let me get one of these just so it stops beeping. Let's see, 36 to 40. Yeah, I had 12 minutes left. Very good. Okay, good. I set the watch right. 15,000. That's probably the best one. 11. Almost 8. And 4. Hey, it adds up. Up one more. And almost 4. How much do we have now? 84,000. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And we got a bunch of switch jobs. That's the 3 cars we just brought in. It's not worth much, but every penny helps. Oh, load and prepare the empty tankers that we just brought in, maybe. Or maybe a different set of empty tankers, but still. Not worth that much, but it's something. And it loads up a job to go to harbor. I'll unload 3 box cars. It's actually worth more than the tankers. Box cars. Oh, that's better. Unload a bunch of these cars too. It's not worth a whole lot, but something. Just primary sorting here. Harbor. I think I want to go to harbor because I want the steam engine. I really, really want the steam engine. It's factory. That's pastures. Oh, Sturgeon, you didn't sleep much. You did better than me. I got maybe 2. Farm is technically on the way to harbor, but we're gonna have our hands full with just those. I'm not gonna be able to take all of that. Just that one is 630 tons. That's passengers. Okay. Let's fuel up the engines because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to take any more jobs at all until I fuel these things up. Twitch lets you stream like YouTube. Well, kind of. Unless you mean music. Depends on if it's copyrighted content or not. Clear track. Go through the passenger yard. Yeah, let's go through the passenger yard. Alright, fine. We're about to buy the steam engine license. I'm hyped. Of course, there's no steam engine here, but I'm gonna get the license anyway, damn it. Shovel and my, which of course is just gonna sit in the lost and found until I need it. I already bought the caboose. I have the keys, so I really need to go down there and get it, basically. Blue cable is for multiple unit. Yeah, here, I'll show you. You're talking about this one, right? Yeah, that's the MU connection. You need a license, I think it's 30,000. And then you can hook that up between 2 engines, and that's what makes it so that the controls are connected. So basically, anything I do with one engine, you do with both, or all three, or however many you link up. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you're running the DE6 already, the big DE6. Usually, you only need one of them. Although, if you got a really big train, you can link them up. Same way. It's very useful for the switchers. I've linked up two DE6s before when I had a big military train from Harbor up to the military base. That can get really heavy. That's a really steep climb up the mountain, so yep, I put two DE6s back to back. I've been seeing some people on the Discord server for Derail Valley put up pictures of the train long enough to need 3 DE6s, and that's really crazy because each DE6 is rated, unless you're going up a big hill, is rated for 1,200 or I think 1,400 tons. So that's a lot of power. One day we'll be able to do passengers, but not for a while. I think every store in the game sells the shovel, the lighter, and the steam engine guide. I think. Pretty sure it does, because especially the lighter, people use the lighter a lot. Nope. There's a store building. I'll show you, because I'm gonna go get it anyway. It's a blue building with a yellow stripe up near the top. They are kind of hard to find. They're on the schematic map nowadays, which they weren't always on. But yeah, it's a little square blue building with a yellow stripe. But the funny thing is, they're always like way off to the side of the tracks. Like, even though it's a store for buying railroad items, it's like it's catering towards the townspeople in their cars shopping there. They're usually like somewhere near the passenger station, actually. When I first started playing this game, I spent a lot of time looking for it. But factory. Is it? Oh, it's not on here. I thought they added it to the schematic. No. The little yellow circle, that's the station. Oh, there it is. Alright, gotta go in the overview. Let's see, just under B, the blue dot there with the dollar sign, that's the store. And that's the station. Showing it off pretty soon because I want to buy the shovel and stuff. Oh no, I didn't want this. I always think the service is in here and it's not. This is just the turntable. Well, you know what? We'll turn one of the engines around. Crap. No, it's not gonna work that way. I don't want to turn this one around, I want to turn the other one around. Yeah, it can be tricky. At first, what they did do very recently with the snow update is they added a tall antenna on the roof of the station building, so you can find it a little easier. But still, in the very beginning, you're not going to know where it is. Of course, now I'm going to start yawning. When I started streaming, which wasn't too long ago, I was not even close to tired feeling. But of course. Nice. Military base. The thing with the military stuff is there's only like 3 different places where you can go with military. So a lot of times you can put together pretty much everything out of that yard into one giant train. I've done like 4 jobs at once with just the steam engine because it's all empty sometimes. And coming out of the military base, well, once you get out of the yard itself, that is a steep hill. It's short, but it's steep. But then once you're out there and on the main line, it's downhill everywhere else. Now, bringing your loads up into military base, that's when it really gets painful. I remember I tried to bring a loaded train from harbor to military base with the steam engine, and it was only like, I think it was only like 700 something tons, maybe 800 tons. Steam engine's usually good for 1,000, but on that climb, that mountain, oh man, I got so stuck. It was terrifying. Well, not terrifying, but it was bad. I'd get stuck, and then put the full sand on, and I even played with the independent brake to lock up the wheels to keep them from spinning, and boy, that was tricky. I think I ended up running to like Iron Mine or something, getting another engine because I just couldn't move it. Steam engine, yes, the vision is very little. You just got that one little oval window. Yep, it's tricky. It's tricky. You gotta get used to using the lean buttons. Let's see, by default it's Q and E to lean out the window and try to look around the engine. But yeah, once you've already used the diesels, yeah, it's a pain. Yeah. The steam engine is a lot of work. I guess that's kind of why I like it. Is you can't just sit down and you know, move the throttle up and down and the brake up and down. You gotta shovel your coal, you gotta add the water. It's tricky. Play with the reverser. Oh. There's the they start you out by giving you a control sheet, and then there's one I think. Actually, I've never done this because, you know, I've got the control. I thought you could see the key bindings right here. World map, comms radio, DV guide. Oh, here it is. If you click show controls, it gives you a sheet with all the... Oh, yeah, Spawn's controls book. It gives you the booklet. Oh, that's not good. I don't think I've run into that. Could be one of your mods. If you got any mods that are kind of old, they're probably outdated and maybe broken. Not the last time I streamed this game, but the time before, right at the end, I was using a mod. It was a very simple mod. I forget what it was called, like Enhanced Schematic Map or something like that. Basically, what it lets you do is left click on these little tabs to instantly go to that page so that you didn't have to scroll through the pages, which is very very nice feature. That really needs to be implemented into the base game. Yeah. But anyway, with the snow update, they changed something with how the interface works. And I tried to use that mod and it didn't work. You couldn't click on the tabs anymore. So then I disabled the mod, and then a few days ago I said, you know what, I still got this mod. Maybe I was doing something wrong, maybe it does work. So I re-enabled it. And I tried it once or twice, it didn't work. And then I was in the train. And I tried it. And just out of the blue, I was like, okay, let me look at the schematic map. Usually I barely ever look at the schematic maps anymore. But I whipped out the map, and as soon as I whipped out the map, my train, the first two engines and the first car flew off of the track, like 20 feet off to the side. Like, all the windows of the engines were all blown out. And I went to check my damages, $120,000+ of damages. And my copay was like $50,000 because I just bought the freaking Hazmat 1 license. So $50,000 down the drain because of that mod. It was my own fault. I knew the mod was outdated. But I just figured it wouldn't work. I didn't think it would throw my train off the tracks and do thousands of dollars of damage. But I learned my lesson. Don't use outdated mods. Yeah. I used to look at this all the time, and I would make a point and okay, I'm going to harbor now, and then I would flip through to harbor. Nowadays, though, I have these yards pretty much all memorized. I've played the game too much. I don't need to worry about it anymore. I'm gonna stop being Mr. Moneybags here and shut down one of these engines. Being able to put the switchers back to back, because then you can just switch back and forth between the two engines and you're always facing forward. Of course, once you get the remote, you don't need to do that. But you can't go down the road like from one station to another like that. Because one of the engines will be facing backwards, and with these switchers, they overheat real fast if they're backwards. The big DE6 doesn't care, but the little switchers, they really gotta be facing forward. Amtrak SDP for it. Supposedly, official mod support is gonna be coming out, where people are gonna be able to make engines and stuff like that. I think that's part of the big update that's going to happen this year sometime. I think there's an Amtrak skin for the DE6. I think. It's pretty old, but skins usually you don't have to worry about them being old and broken or anything like that. I think if you dig around for Amtrak skins, probably find it. And of course Amtrak skins for the passenger train cars too. Because they pretty much overhauled the whole game at one point in time. Something I only got into Derail Valley relatively not long ago, but it has been around for a while. And like the curves were a lot tighter, it was a lot easier to derail. I think maybe there was only the switcher and the steam engine at first. They didn't have the big TE6 engine, I think. And the game, I think, was overall a lot buggier. It's still technically the game is still in early access. It's a really amazing game for early access, but yeah. It might have been, actually, in the beginning, it might have been VR only. But if it was, I'm glad they changed it, because I don't have VR. Oh, that was still whatever. Yeah. I think maybe, like, if I had the money somehow, I would get VR, and this is probably the only game I would do with it. Like, I don't know if I would do trucking in VR. I think that maybe, you know, motion sick or whatever. This game is what I would want VR for. I don't know though. I wish I knew somebody IRL that had VR, so that I could go there and just try it out and see if I like it or not. Because boy, that's a lot of money to get into VR. Yeah. I'm gonna shut this down because I'm gonna putz around for a bit. Really? Well, it was like a Flash game, I would think. Oh, similar to Trains 12. Oh, neat. Okay. Even though I can't use it yet because there's no steam engine here. We're buying the steam engine. I have 74,000. Well, it was close to 80,000, but I had to fuel up. Still, I got 74.8. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is emissions. Yay. Train's 12. Yeah, if it's $10, it's worth it. Check how much Trains A New Era is too, because or maybe just wait around. Because Trains A New Era is just an updated Trains 12. I picked that up. I don't remember when it was, but I picked that up for like under $5. It was dirt cheap. I'm not using it because I already made a whole bunch of stuff for Trains 12, and I'm not really sure how well it. I think it works in Trains A New Era too, but. Yeah. Woot! We got our license. We can now run the steam engine. I really should have waited until I was at a place where I could get a steam engine because the insurance copay just went up another 12,000, but whatever, it was already skyrocketing anyway. Also, time bonus headline went up by 2%. Oh well. I'm gonna have to bite bullet on that anyway eventually. Oh, okay. Oh, if you can run Derail Valley. If you can run Derail Valley, I would think you could. Okay. What money? Why is there money sitting here? Oh, 7,900 bucks. What? Where'd all this money come from? I always pick my money out of the machine. Ugh. Oh, come on. There's no way I left this much money lying around in the machine. What the hell's going on? Where'd all this money come from? I'm back up to 51,000 now. What? Oh, man. I mean, yeah, free money's awesome, but where did it come from? I feel like something broke. Maybe from one of the freaking mods or something. Oh, well. Oh well, free money or 51,000. I wonder if I got paid back for the damages when that glitch happened. Well, that's what I'm gonna canonically say happened anyway. We got paid back for the damages of the broken mod. It's not what actually happened, but whatever. Okay. It's like we didn't even spend the money on the Steam Engine license. I do still have the Steam Engine license, right? I mean, I saw it. Yep. Huh. Damned. I don't know where all that money came from. Hazmat 2 is 130,000, wow. Hazmat 3 is 290. Military 1 is 100,000. Military 2 is only 30,000 for some reason. Because it doesn't add that much more. Military 2. And there's the passenger jobs, 100,000. That's the next thing I'm going to save for, passenger jobs, I think. Even though they can be really janky, the passenger cars, they can derail really easily, and then you lose everything you were gonna make, pretty much. It's still fun to run passenger cars, passengers with the steam engine. What was with all that money? How long was that money in the lost and found? I never usually check the lost and found. Oh, that was weird. That was really weird. I still have my watch. Yeah. Really weird. Oh, what, the portable one? If it was a Flash game, yeah. This is part of the passenger train mods. Tells you what track. It even tells you what track before you get the job, which is really neat. They just added named trains, like the Capital Limited. That's the blue B&O train on the outside track. That's pretty cool. They keep updating that mod, and it's really nice. And I don't know where that phantom money came from, though. If it was just 1 wad of money, I'd say, oh wow, I forgot to take it out of the machine. That was a lot. Was that all the jobs that I just did? Did I not take the money? Maybe that's what happened. Yes, I took 1 wad of money, and then I went through the sheets right at the beginning of the stream. Well, not right at the beginning. When I came into I took all the sheets looking at how much I made, and then I never took the rest of the money. That's what happened. Okay. It wasn't a glitch. It was money that I forgot to take right away. Because I'm an idiot. Okay. Yep, 2 hours sleep. Okay, there's the shop. That's what it always looks like. It's blue with a yellow stripe on the top. It says shop. Now see, this one's nice where you can see the front from the tracks at least. But a lot of them, I know the harbor one at least, is facing the other way. So you're looking at the back of the building. It's like facing the road that's back here. So this is all you see. So yeah, it can be hard to find the shops. This shop, the special item is keys. That's for the hand cart. I already bought that. I already have the hand cart. Okay. But yeah, Shunter Quick Guide. So I think there's 1 special item in each shop. This shop has Old Bob's Garage Key. That's the hand cart. But then the first 3 ones, Shunter Quick Guide, the Steam Engine Quick Guide, and the shovel, that's pretty much the same everywhere. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, there's the lighter. Okay, I was gonna say there's no lighter here. But yeah, there's the lighter. Those ones are in every shop. Oh, you hear the birds. This is the downside of streaming now. The sun's out. And my mom was just in here and fed them. Bob's garage key unlocks the handcart. You still have to go find it on the map, though. It is up north of Machine Factory. It's on a little spur. The handcart is pretty much useless unless you want a free way to get from one town to another. It's about the only time you'd ever use it. Oh, I can show it off. Okay, quick guide for the switcher, just for the steam engine. Just for the hell of it. This is how you buy things, by the way. It makes you zap them. There's a shovel for the steam engine. There's the lighter for the steam engine. All that stuff you need for the steam engine. Maybe I should put the... Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, that there. There we go. Now I'm gonna put all of this stuff in the lost and found for now because I don't need it yet. I just wanted to buy it. Okay. Oh, what I was looking for. This one's the Capital Limited, by the way. Does it say it on here too? No. It's B&O. Okay. Just wondering. Alright, lost and found. That's not the lost and found. I was close. Now, it's not going to stay here, but I like to put this shovel over there. I like how old-timey the steam engine book looks. Alright. Keys I carry with me, because that's for the caboose. I just gotta go there and get it. Show you the handcart real quick. Crew vehicle. Now, crew vehicle is just a term used for any crew vehicle. Right now there's the handcart, and there's the caboose. Once you find the caboose. Right now I just have the handcart. Yep, there's a caboose. There's the handcart. Now, the silliest thing with this thing, it's ye old handcart, pump handcart, and the controls for it. You would think you would just, throttle up or something. No, it's special controls for the handcart. I changed the key binding so that it goes with the same buttons as throttle when you're in the engine. But basically, it's very easy to go the wrong way. There's the brake. That's the independent brake for the engine. Yeah, I made it the same thing. You can also do it manually. But you need to actually pump back and forth. It's hard to explain. It's very manual. But if you just hold up the pump up button or whatever, you'll go back and forth the same way, because basically what you have to do is it's hard to explain. But when it's up on your end, you have to push it down, and then you have to push the other end down. You have to pretend you're at both ends, basically, and do it manually. Yes, I do. The caboose It's pretty neat, but it's just a way to transport yourself around if you don't want to teleport via the map, which does cost money. This is free. You can spawn this for free and you can clear it for free. The caboose is down on a little spur down by the sawmill. It's in the middle of nowhere, basically. Okay, I'm done playing with this already. But if you're in one area and there's no jobs you want to do in that area, and you're not worried about leaving your engine behind, then you can use that just to go to another spot. Switch. Yeah. Alright. Actually, the little spur is on the map now. It used to not be on the map, but now it is. See Forest South and Sawmill right between. See that dinky little spur right there? That's where the caboose is. It's in a shed. You have to buy the keys. The keys you buy in City Southwest. Where are we now? We're in a food factory now, and that was the handcart keys. Yeah, it's City Southwest, you buy it. You buy the key. And then you find the shed with the padlock on it, and you open it with the key. Mm-hmm. And up here, this little dead end, it's actually a bigger dead end, that's where the handcart is. Yeah. There's also a couple of other dead ends, like right here, and down here by Harbor, that are nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. I think eventually they're going to add some more industries, or maybe another logging camp or military base or something like that. But right now they're just nothing. Now looking at this map, I'm trying to remember if there's any trackage that I haven't run on at least once yet. I think just up here. Like if I was coming from the military, well, it wouldn't make any sense coming from. The thing is, military base, iron ore mine, and coal mine, everything's facing so that you have to go in and out this way. So what I've never done is taken this line from here up and around. Never done it. Never had a reason to. There really isn't a reason to, because you'll be facing the wrong way. You would have to back into one of those spurs. But the track's there. I'd like to try it someday, just so that I can say, hey, I ran on that track. And we just came up on this line, which I almost never use. From City Southwest. Basically, you only use it if you're going between City Southwest or Food Factory. It was a pretty nice line, though. A lot easier than going through Machine Factory. This is a big hill here. This is a big hill here. But yeah. Although this is not as big a hill out on this line, which I never think to use. Everywhere else I've been at least once. I still get a lot of fun out of this game. The caboose is neat. I mean, it's not necessary, but it's neat to have. And the nice thing about the caboose is it has an actual manual handbrake. And none of the freight cars have a handbrake. The caboose has a handbrake that you can set. And it's really easy to hop on and off of it. Like, you don't have to try to teleport into the caboose. You can just hop onto the stairs really easy, which makes it nice for switching. And you can store all sorts of stuff in it, and it never despawns, I don't think. Maybe if you leave it in some other town for more than like 2 hours, it might despawn like the engines. I don't know. The downside is that if you do let it despawn and you have to respawn it, it costs you $10,000. So you really don't want to do that. That's actually that's quite a lot, really. 10,000. But me, once I get that caboose, I just, anytime I leave a town, I got that caboose with me. So, of course, that really makes the handcart useless because you always want to take the caboose with you at least, so you're always going to be in an engine taking the caboose with you. Alright, let's see. Hi there, Lucy. Morning. I slept for like 2 hours. I might in a little while. Maybe after these switching jobs, I don't know. I'm excited though because I just bought my license for the steam engine. So now I kind of want to put a train together to go down to the harbor. Well, really, the harbor is not guaranteed to have a steam engine. I've been to the harbor a few times already, and there was not a steam engine there yet. Machine factory can have a steam engine, also not guaranteed. But the mines, the different mines, they are pretty much guaranteed to have a steam engine. So, are there any empties here that wants to go to a mine? Doesn't look like it. But for now, switching. How much money do I have now? 51,000. Okay, I thought that was the 3. I was like, I did not spend $20,000 on a shovel. No. One of the station stops, one of the stores, I should say, has a golden shovel for sale, which means you can fill the firebox with 1 scoop of shovel of shovel. Wow, 1 scoop of coal instead of 2, which is nice. It was a bigger deal back when it used to take 4 scoops of the regular shovel and then 2 with the golden, but it's nice to be able to fill it with 1 scoop. Although, when you do that, you're always filling the firebox completely with coal with 1 scoop. It does mean that you burn through more water because you're keeping the fire hotter. But in real life with steam engines, you want that fire hot because, you know, water's not expensive. But in this game, it's really hard to find water is the problem. Not many places have water and coal. Okay. So that's the 3 that we just brought in. Got a bunch of little switching jobs here. That's 3 boxcars. That's 4 tankers. Load. That's a long train. Unload. That's going to take both engines. Okay. Actually, it's only 372 tons, but I'll fire up the second engine for it. Load and prepare, which means, 11 minutes, so it's probably all together already. Where are the engines now? Up in the shop still. Well, here's the 3 I just brought in, so this is going to be one of the little unload jobs. Yep, there's 04. Yep. Those the tankers. No, I always work this yard from the end I'm standing at because there's that 1 spur that you can only access from this end. Page 75. No, it's not an FH, it's a load. I'm looking for empties then. No. Bismarck. That's the Nazi warship, right? That the British were able to sink because they like messed up the rudder. Yeah. I was pretty sure that's what it was. Looking for empty. spurs. Oh, it must be these. This spur. This is the pain in the ass spur that you always have to worry about. SL72. That must be it. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're all lined up, ready to go. I see. That's why it's only 12 minutes. Ah, neat. Bismarck to Bismarck. It's pretty good. 96. That's logistical haul. Okay. And this is the big one. That's gotta be it. Big unload. CU82. We might as well do that first. We're close to it. I'm getting tired. I didn't think I was. I was starting to feel it. I'll go on for another, I don't know. I think I'll probably do these switching jobs and put together a train to leave. It is looking like it's going to be harbor, and then I'll stop streaming. I think I want the other engine to start. Actually, we're going to start up both anyway, because we're going to do the big job first. I am at the stage of unsleep where I'm going to do dumb things, probably, because my brain's not really functioning too well. So that's fun. Don't be surprised if I run a train into a bumper or something. Last night when I was streaming this... Oh, jeez. Last night when I was streaming this, I was switching out cars at the oil well central. I think I was bringing empties into the loading track. But the spur for the turntable and the engine maintenance area in Oil Well Central branches off from the loading track. And I guess the last time I was there, I used that spur and I didn't throw the switch back. So I was shoving, I don't know, 6 or 8 empty tankers back. And I was watching. I was looking back, leaning out the side, watching the tankers. But for some reason, I just did not realize that switch was turned, and I caught it right as the first tanker car was about halfway across the turntable. And if I waited, like, I don't know, a few seconds later, I would have shoved it off the end of the turntable and derailed. They were empties at least, but still, that would have been bad. I freaked out and threw the brakes on. And it's a big long spur before the turntable there too, you know, kind of like this one. And I'm just watching the end of the tankers do. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, I'm not going here. Speaking of brain, I don't want to go here. I want to go to D yard. Yeah, I'm just watching the end of the tankers. I'm like, yeah, this is right. And then I finally see, like, the cross piece across the top of the turntable. And I'm like, wait, that's the turntable. Crap. I think Olivia was here at the time. She got a kick out of it. Oh, this song's not allowed, I think. Oh, wait, I think that song was okay. The song that gets me muted is, I did take it out. It's called Big O. I think it's from an anime. Actually, I think it's from, what, Gundam? That's an anime, right? Yeah. I thought it was from a video game. Usually video games is fine. Yeah. I don't usually watch anime much, but I don't hate it either. I don't think I would ever watch the dubbed stuff that's still, you know, voiced in Japanese and you have to read the subtitles. I don't think I would watch that. Yeah. I can get like that. Sometimes it's hilarious, though. JoJo, I've never watched. I've watched very little anime, really. Just gonna go around that way. That's the only way to go around. It's Pokemon. It's its own category. I don't know much about it, but I don't think it really gets lumped into anime so much because it's Americanized too. It's very, very popular anyway. I don't watch much of anything that's new. Very little new. Like I don't think I've had my own TV in my room for probably 5 years now. Of course, if I do want to watch something new, I can just watch it on my computer. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon's pretty Americanized nowadays, I think. Of course, there's a lot of things that might not be considered anime, but kind of started out that way, or was made in Japan anyway. Like even stuff from the 80s, like Transformers and stuff, it's American, but it was made in, I think it was made in Japan. The animators were in Japan, I think, or China even, something like that. So some people might try to pull the card. Aha, that's anime. No, it's not. that's a cartoon. It's different. I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't Transformers. I don't remember. It was some 80s show. They were making a point of that. Or 90s. The newest Transformers stuff probably is anime. So let's face it, there isn't really much of any such thing as American cartoons anymore. Not much, not like there used to be anyway. Although I don't know, I don't watch TV anymore, so I don't really know. Between watching people stream and I'll watch old shows. I really like my old TV shows and old movies. I like old stuff in general. Okay. Let's start this job. Okay, I'm yawning now. Yeah, if I can push it to like noon, I guess that's a good time to go to bed. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Not really. D21, D1, download, C1. Oh, everything goes to C. Oh, okay. I better get a move on. We don't have much time then, if it all goes to one place. I didn't set my watch. It's okay. It's probably 12 minutes. Watch. Where is it? Let's start it. Yep. Brain turning to mush. don't spin the wheels. I'm kind of in a rush though because we don't have a lot of time. Have you gotten into using the remote yet? Or are you just doing big jobs with the DE6? So if you're just doing big train jobs from one place to another, then you don't really need the remote that much if you're not switching. It is very useful. If you don't have to worry about backing up, basically, then you don't need to worry about it too much. I haven't even gotten the remote in this playthrough yet. Probably should just to have it, but especially that's the other thing the caboose does is it charges up the battery on the remote. It charges up whenever it's in the sun anyway, but if you're using it in a place where you're always in the shade, then that battery will die pretty quick, and then you can throw it on the charger in the caboose and it charges up really fast. Which is a neat mechanic. Stop yawning. Okay, this probably just barely fits on the loading tracks, so I'll stop here. Sheep, cows, wheat, chickens. Okay. This is the food factory. Okay, we're going to see one. Gotta pull this whole string up the hill here. It's not too bad of a hill here. But, and around this blind bend so that I can throw the switch. Kind of a pain in the ass. This is one of the situations where you really want the remote. But I'm about to get the steam engine, and then you can't use the remote with the steam engine anyway, so I figured it wasn't worth it. Once we have enough money sitting around, then yeah, it's definitely worth it. Because you're not always going to switch with the steam engine. We passed the switch. I think we're well past it. Kind of guessing, but I think we're past it. Oh yeah. Okay, I do believe we're going left all the way now. I'm not even. Am I blind? There. C1. C1. And of course, there's a couple of box cars on that already. Great. That's really great. crossing somewhere. Hard to look for it a couple. Nice light kiss. Just making sure there's not another uncoupled spot there. Okay, good. I don't want to shove any cars with the brakes on because that's how you end up incurring damages. Certain videos on YouTube, certain channels, I should say, that'll really put me to sleep good. And the one that puts me to sleep, that kind of bugs me, it must be his voice. I love his voice, it's great. A guy called Fail Race. He used to stream on Twitch, but for some reason, I haven't figured out why, but he doesn't stream anymore. But he makes a lot of YouTube content, but he's not streaming anymore. But Fail Race, it's always hilarious racing shenanigans in GTA 5 for the most part. He does do a few other games, so it's mostly GTA, but that was only worth 3,600, huh? All those cars. Was it worth firing up the second locomotive, really? But, he's British. And for some reason, I can't pinpoint it, and that was another British people when it doesn't go, but for some reason his videos really knocked me out. I don't know why. They're hilarious videos too, it's not like they're boring all the time, it's just good. A lot. Although this music list, I have pared it down a lot because I have to make sure it's nothing that's going to get me DMCA'd. Lucy, you've always been a mod. All of the stream regulars are here. But I have so much music that I've built up over the years and years and years. For any, I don't know, official people out there that totally applaud all the music I have. On iTunes, it cost me a lot of money. You know, it's a little over time. It's just, you know, an endeavor to buy all the music that I wanted to buy. Yes. That's gonna be next. Okay. Um, yeah. And it's funny, the way my computer's set up now. Well, it's the way it was with the old setup too. Is my main hard drive, my main C drive, is pretty small. It was a really old hard drive, like back. I think the hard drive was like 275 gigs, and at the time I got that drive, and that was my only drive at the time for the computer. And I was like, oh yeah, that's plenty of space. 275 gigs. I'm never going to use that much. Of course, that's nothing. and then I ended up with getting 2 other drives eventually. But now I replaced the main C drive with an SSD, which is much better. But it's still a small drive. It's, SSDs are super expensive when you start getting much storage space on it. So it's like 300 something gigs. So the only thing that's really on the SSD is the operating system, maybe a couple of games that are really tiny, like Hard Truck 2 uses almost no disk space, so that's on there. Oh, that's the bell for the last job. But the only thing that's really on there is the operating system and all of my music. And all my pictures. Pictures don't take that much space, but... Actually, before I upgraded, though, my main C drive was getting pretty full. It was kind of a mystery to me how it was getting full, because all of my gaming stuff is on... I have 2 other drives for that. 37 gig. Terabyte. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I've got my main drive. I've got 2 internal drives for gaming. This is gaming 1 and 2. I think one of them's 500 gigs and the other one's 600, something like that. Maybe like 400, 600, something like that. I did have an external drive that was like 450 gigs that I had all of my music and stuff backed up on. It was the drive. I had enough backed up on that I could wipe out the computer and then, bring it back. I'd have to reformat every once in a while. But that died. Thankfully, it didn't die until after I set up the new drive, the new SSD. But now I don't have anything backed up. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's a command I didn't set up with MoveBot. I was gonna do a exclamation mark specs thing. Yeah, I didn't do that. And it would bring up a link. I think in the PC spec channel in my Discord, there might be a pinned comment that gives you all of my PC specs. It's pretty good. I thank my sister for it. She bought all the parts. I was talking to, I think, what started that up now? I think I wanted to get more RAM. And I tried to get more RAM, and then my computer wouldn't boot with the new RAM. And I think it was the motherboard. I don't think I got bad RAM. I think it was the motherboard. But anyway, after we went through all that, she's like, I really want to just get you a new computer. And she's like, they're only like $1,000. So I'm like, oh yeah, only $1,000. I'm like, no, I'm not getting a pre-built computer. I don't know what parts are in it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it or not. No. My computer... I've had for over 10 years. I am going to, I can get this part, I can get this motherboard, this hard drive, this RAM, this, I pretty much replaced everything in it, just about. But instead of her spending like $1,000 on a new computer, I think it came out to like maybe $550 at most. So I felt pretty good about myself doing that. And this setup I've got now, it'll last forever. At least it should. The only thing that might not last forever is the video card. The video card's not really that amazing anymore. It was amazing for my old setup, but now that I have such a better setup, the video card's kind of outdated. Oh, this is another one, just 1, 2, 3, huh? 11 minutes. Yeah, stop wasting time then. Okay.
Set it at 10 so I can set it right away.
This song is good for Pirates Dark Water video game, but it's too quiet. So we're gonna troll you anyway instead. I bet this game is DMs. This song is copyright stuff, but it's a remix from Yuzo Boy. It's a Genesis remix. D3. Okay. 2, 3. Oh. Of course. So how you doing, Lucy? If you're there. Tired? Well, you didn't sleep either? Great. No sleep, gang. I like this song, but it's too loud. This freaking game. Frank-O-Matic got me into this one. I love his playthroughs of this game, Panic. I streamed that once years ago. I should do that again some night. That'd be fun. I can get, you know, a couple more people around so that I can get to each room and say, okay guys, vote on which button to press. That's no fun with not many people though. Spot might have enough viewers for it. I'd love to see somebody like Vinny play that. Have you ever seen that, Lucy? Panic on the Sega CD? It's hilarious. Yay. Not worth much or anything, but yay. Money is money. Oh, I thought that was 8 for the first number first. I was like, what, 80,000? No, 56. It's hilarious. It's a wacky game, but it's fun. Unload 3 boxcars. 3 boxcars. Here. Oh, that's a freight haul. Let's use 74. If it's unload, it would start on an input track. Oh, is that it? Oh yeah, that's it. It's 2 boxcars with a container in the middle. Yep, SU-74. And 4 tankers. I feel like we found those tankers once already. These ones? Probably. Nope, that's FH. Oh, right. Dirt. One's on the spur. We'll do that next. Really not really worth it, these small switch jobs, but I did just spend 50,000 on the steam engine license, so I better do it. Childhood memories, Rad Racer. I'm sure I'll stream that sometime. Done it before, but it doesn't matter. You'll never understand train traffic direction. What do you mean? Oh, what's confusing you? The fact that I've got the 2 engines back to back? I guess that could get confusing. It's so useful that way, though. Well, it's all about just placing the cars where they need to go. Oh. Well, it depends on if it's single track or double track. Like, in this game, the main line is only single track, so yeah, the trains will go either way. Usually, if it's double track in America, the funny thing is, in cars, we always drive on the right side of the road, obviously. The correct side of the road. But with trains, the controls are like this. The controls are on the right, the engineer's on the right. So, with double tracking, you usually drive on the left. Although there's no, it's just like a preference more than what it has to be. So if there's like a section of track where one of the tracks is out, then you'll go both ways on the same track. Or if you want to work a certain switch, you'll run the other side. Basically, the dispatcher decides where the train goes. Any main line that's double tracked, you're going to have a dispatcher, and the switches are all going to be remote controlled. So the engineer just drives down the track. The dispatcher tells you where you're going, basically. Or the conductor. So you're talking about what, watching the trains at like a passenger station or something? For that, I think it all depends on what platform they want to line up with, more than anything else. Where are we going? Is this right? Yes. Had a brain free. Oh, I was going to do the tankers first, and it doesn't matter. Oh, hey, Moobot's awake. I feel like that should have happened earlier. Now, sometimes that happens way too often, Moobot putting up YouTube or Discord. Other times it takes way too long. It's supposed to be... I think it's supposed to be 8 lines in chat and at least like 15 minutes. Both of those requirements have to be made. Yeah. But it should be like, even if there is a lot of chatting going on, it shouldn't happen again until like 15 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I'm just learning this chatbot stuff. I don't think Moobot's really the best one either. I think most people use Streamlabs nowadays. But no, I had to be different. I had to get Moobot. Okay, we're doing this one. 33 minutes. Oh, you're gonna have me. 3 drop-offs, really? There's 3 cars, and you're gonna make me park them in 3 different places. Come on. Oh, excuse me. Heartburn from eating peanuts. Don't get old. Just plain old freaking peanuts, and I'm getting heartburn. Hell, I've gotten heartburn from water before. Doesn't matter. Okay. C9, D3, D4. Really? There's plenty of room to put 3 cars on any one of those tracks. Really shouldn't bother with these little switch jobs, I think. Good old DSP. I guess we're done making fun of DSP by now. It's been a few years. The song is amazing, though. Hey, somebody did commands and it worked. Cool. Sometimes I wonder if I really should play this song on stream, but it's hilarious. Especially when he goes, Hollywood. Yes. I think it's a random roll, and you can pretty much time yourself out and chat for like 30 seconds or something. It's silly, but it's a thing you can do. I don't remember if it always happens or if there's like a chance when you do it. Oh, there you go. That's only 15 seconds. Good. What? It's bugging me. There you go. You committed seppuku. Oh, I did add 8 ball. Good. I don't remember what I did. I'm very new to the whole chatbot thing. I never used it before. Yep. Yeah, you're supposed to ask a question, I think, but the responses are the same no matter what, so whatever. Ah, yes. The song in the style of Delta Room. Hope you can hear it. It's a little quiet. Guys. No. That's the only color that we haven't added. White. Green bear. Let's see. Not really. Basically, there's lore that we kind of came up with. Red bear likes trucks and trains. Blue bear likes boats and subs. Green bear likes planes and helicopters, I believe. I think I got that right. Secret red bear lore. Okay. 941, that's the other end. That goes to 431. Goes to D3, that goes to Alex patches. Oh lord. No, that's the RNC. That's not RNC, RUC. Don't ask about that. Now we're getting into lore from another universe. Yeah, it just links to my YouTube. I do have 2 YouTubes now, though. I have my main YouTube, and then I have the YouTube just where all the stream VODs go to. Just in case someday I'll be able to monetize them. I don't think I ever will, but just in case. Because I know I can't monetize on my main YouTube channel for reasons. G3, that one. Okay. I think I'm kind of losing the switching part of my brain right now. So. Yeah, that's cool. They were fun. Believe it or not, I think I still have the saves from those LPs. I might have, well, maybe. I might have them back then. Actually, probably not now because they were backed up on the external hard drive, the saves. But it doesn't really matter. Start over with that game. It's better to start over anyway. 9 years ago, wow. And that's not even when I first started doing YouTube, because it took me a long time to work up the courage to try to do a real LP. Like when I first started up, I would do like little short clips with the free trial version of Fraps, which was pretty god-awful. The audio was terrible. Or I remember when I was first starting up Minecraft, my computer couldn't handle me actually recording moving around in Minecraft. So I would like record talking in one place without moving, and then I could move if I wasn't recording the mic. I don't remember what kind of nonsense I had to go through with that, but it was silly. In the very beginning with YouTube, I made my YouTube because I wanted to show off my my trains on the train table. Why is this so hard to move? Metallica or Sabaton? Between those two, I would probably say Metallica. I haven't listened to much Sabaton. That's a little, I don't know, I think they're a little bit newer, right? Well, Metallica was super popular is the thing. Sabaton, you have to know to listen to it. Probably if I listened to it, I'd like it, but I haven't really heard it much. Megadeth is pretty good. My favorite metal is like pretty much the original metal. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Saxon. Those are good. New wave of British heavy metal, whatever it's called. Nowadays, people say, "Oh, that's hard rock." Bullshit. It's heavy metal. They invented metal. You can't now demote them to hard rock. Megadeth is pretty damn good. Oh, that stupid box. My brain is not. It's still functioning pretty good, but switching is... I'm losing the switching aspect of it. When it gives me 3 cars and it's like, put this 1 car here, 1 car here, 1 car here, I'm not ready for that. Like this green box car needs to go over 4. Yeah, metal sauce. Judas Priest is still making... Well... They were making songs up to like last year before, but now with Glenn Tipton, unfortunately, with his Parkinson's, he's never probably going to play again. And KK just quit the band so he could run a golf course or something like 10 years ago. Yeah, 2019, yep. That's probably going to be their last one. Firepower. It's pretty damn good too. And Glenn wasn't really able to play. He wasn't able to do the touring. Like every once in a while, Glenn was able to do like 1 live show, but he just played a few songs and he would stand up and basically get the recognition he deserves. Parkinson's really sucks, basically. Apparently he was playing through having Parkinson's for like 9 or 10 years before it got bad enough that he couldn't play. And even for the album, for that album, Firepower, he did play his own stuff, because when you're making an album, you're just recording one track at a time. So if you screw up on a track, you can just do it over again. But he couldn't. But by the time when it was time to tour live, he just couldn't do it, and he probably never will, really. Maybe a special event where they just do like one set on a TV show or something, you would probably be able to do that. But it's a damn shame. So if Judas Priest wanted to make another album, then they'd have to, then they'd basically be replacing both founding guitarists of a dual lead guitar band. So I don't think they're gonna do that. Wouldn't be right. Although a lot of people said that when KK left and they replaced him with Richie Faulkner, but boy, he proved himself to be great. And KK left on his own. I mean, there's some kind of drama. He just kind of decided that Nostradamus should be their last album or something. And I don't know, like maybe he kind of talked the other guys into retiring, and then the other guys were like, you know what, we really don't want to retire. And so when they decided to do more, KK was like, nope, I'm out. I got a golf course. And then when Glenn came down with not being able to tour, Sabaton, I might if I actually listened to him a lot. But when Glenn came down to not be able to tour, and they got they've had Richie Faulkner. I can't remember the name of the guy they got to fill in for him. But basically, Richie Faulkner did all the leads and stuff, and the other guy, I think Andy Snape or Sneed or something like that, he just did like rhythm. But and then like part way through the tour, KK Downing pipes in publicly, and he's like, "Well, I don't know why they didn't call me back." And it's like, "Well, you left the band." Sorry. Didn't think you wanted to come back. Like all of a sudden he had a little realization, oh yeah, Judas Priest, that was fun. He only played in the band for like 40 years. I don't know. But some people described it, how tough that would be, because like Richie Faulkner was already doing like all the lead stuff, and then if KK came back suddenly, well then obviously KK would be playing the parts that were originally for him, which Richie Faulkner was already doing part of, so then Richie Faulkner would have to learn a whole different thing, basically, at least for some songs. That was that drama. I'm guessing Rob Halford's probably gonna. They'll probably make a new band that he has his own band called Halford, and they'll probably come up with something. Oh boy, Megadeth! Megadeth's one of the best. You got Hangar 18. I haven't listened to metal for a while now. Hangar 18 is the first one that I think of with Megadeth. Symphony for Destruction, is that Megadeth? Yeah, I think that's the Megadeth. Megadeth has a lot. This one goes to C, right? C9. thrash, yeah. I wish metal didn't have to get all of these genres and subgenres and everything. It gets really annoying. Especially like when I ranted before about is when people say, "Oh, Judas Priest, yeah, that's old. That's old, rock and roll." Like, it's heavy metal. They invented heavy metal, along with not on their own. They invented along with Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden. Those were the three bands that really came up with the heavy metal thing. And then later on, everybody's like, "Oh, they're not metal. They invented it." Slipknot, I'm not too crazy about. Anything that has noise in part of the genre. I don't really like noise too much. Rammstein's pretty good, although I only really know one song from them. Yeah, new metal. Yeah, new metal is... I don't know. Sometimes new metal is good. I like some Disturbed stuff. That's new metal. And not just when they cover other 80s songs or 60s songs. That seems to be what they're the best at doing nowadays. So Disturbed, like they do like Sounds of Silence, and then they did Lance of Confusion before. You know, it's funny when somebody like my mom hears the one time they do like Land of Confusion, they're like, "Oh, Disturbed, this is a great song. Maybe I should get their album." And I'm like, "Mom, you really don't want their album. I can just tell you." They did Shout by Tears for Fears, of course. Like, Mom, it's a metal band. 10,000 Fest is pretty darn good, yeah. I have that one. Yeah. What's the other thing that she was good? She did get the album for. Oh, Puddle of Mud. When that one song Blurry was really popular. And it was a really good song. But that's not really the kind of music they usually make. She got the album and the rest of it's not even metal, but it's most of it's not really music that she would ever like, basically. Yeah, grunge punk type stuff, yeah. But they made that one song to have a big hit. Slipknot is good. I can't really judge them at all because I haven't really heard much. Are they the ones where they're all clowns? Slipknot, the Juggalos, Clowns, or something. Is that a different band? That's Insane. Maybe that's Insane Clown Posse. That would make a lot more sense. Okay. Only one clown. Okay. Yep, Insane Clown Posse with the masks and crap. There's only one gimmick band that I'd really ever been into, and that's Kiss. I do like Kiss sometimes, although not a whole lot, just some of their songs. Kiss is just pure glam metal. Or, I don't even know if metal is really the right word. Glam rock, really. Kiss makes There was that period where Scooby-Doo could get any freaking guest star ever. Glam metal, glam rock, yeah. Or rock the metal, yeah. And I probably would piss off any real Kiss fan by saying that my favorite Kiss song is when they sold out in the 70s and made a disco song. It's a damn good song. I hope these are all linked up with number. Yeah, they are. Come on. Should probably be in the engine that's running. Yeah? German, huh? I like it. I'm pretty easy. I like a lot of music. About the only music really that I can't stand most of the time is rap. Rap, I just can't deal with it. I'm sorry. I just most of the time. But that's about it. Everything else, I'll like. Oh, damn it! I didn't do this right. What car's not in the right place? Oh, I went to 1 and was it supposed to be 9? Yep. Chat, you didn't tell me I was going to the wrong track. I hate these little switch jobs. It's like go to all these different tracks. Oh yeah, I bet I shoved everything back too far. Yep, I gotta go back forward. Did I unhook it? I like maybe the old rap. Yeah, when it gets melodic. But when it's just yelling and talking, like when I say old rap, I mean like what was it called? Sugar Hill Gang? That's like 70s. I like that. At least the one big popular song they had. Listen. It counts as rap. Yeah. Okay, I think that's probably good enough. Right. Yeah. One form or another. And I don't like really, I know this is too generic of a term, and a lot of times there is some good music, but I don't like new music in general, like new pop music in general. For the most part, I don't like. But then there's stuff that when I hear it, I'm like, that's pretty good. But for the most part, I like pop from the 80s and 90s. Yeah, but the really auto-tuned stuff, well, I guess the auto-tune isn't as crazy anymore. That was like an early 2000s thing when it was really bad. Like Rebecca Black, for example. But you know, somebody, and I'm almost ashamed to admit it because I'm a metalhead and stuff too, but I kind of really like Lady Gaga stuff. No, not all of it, but a lot of her biggest hits, I like them. I like it. It's crazy, but I do. I mean, I like it better when it's remixed with Sonic music. Yeah, she sings pretty good. Yeah, and if it's auto-tune, it doesn't sound like it. Yeah. The problem with Lady, oh, well, no, what was I gonna say? Not with Lady, I don't know. I kind of lost the idea. Yeah, I'm tired. Oh right, the problem with Lady Gaga is she has to go for the ridiculous, crazy outfits and videos and nonsense. If she was just a little bit more normal, more people would be accepting of her, I think. But her music's great. I used to love anything Madonna did, and then, oh boy. Not only did she get overly political, which, you know, whatever, everybody does nowadays, but her music just wasn't as good anymore, you know? Didn't she start rapping, Madonna? It's like, no, don't do that. You know how to sing. I know you know how to sing. You've been doing it since like the 80s. Rap is for people that don't know how to sing. I shouldn't say that. Nightwish is pretty good from what I've heard of him. When I don't... Oh, good, I still got the speed bonus. When I don't like music by females, when I don't... It's when they get really undulating. Like it's like they think they're adding a lot of soul to the music by... It just sounds like what I just did to me. It's like pick a note and stick with it. If that makes any sense. If they don't do that crap, it's good. You know? Like Lady Gaga usually doesn't do too much of that, and I guess on songs that she does, then that's probably when I don't like it. But like, where did that start with? Mariah Carey? And actually, I don't really hate Mariah Carey all that much. Although probably nowadays she can't sing for crap. I like Gwen Stefani. Fergie. Now, Fergie was from Black Eyed Peas, right? And then she spun off to do her own thing. Yeah. But when she left Black Eyed Peas, she did much more like rap and stuff like that. Speaking of rap, you know, oh, Lucy knows this, Sturgeon, you won't know this because you never saw me stream it, but you know that show The Equalizer that I streamed episodes of a while ago, and I actually have a few clips on my YouTube channel, but if you're in America you can't see them. But they still get a ton of views. So The Equalizer was a show from the 80s with Robert Woodward as the main character. Really good really good like crime drama show. Kind of modern day equivalent would be Burn Notice probably. But recently, last few years, they made two different Equalizer. That's what I'm working towards, Lucy. You already knew, damn it. But they made two different Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington as the Equalizer. And it was kind of like going into it, seeing the trailers and stuff, I was like, I don't know if that's really going to work. And I watched both movies. They're pretty good. They're not amazing, but they're pretty good. They're classic Denzel Washington action movies. They're pretty good. But it's not a whole lot like the show was, but it's still pretty good. But now, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm not going to just write it off. But yeah, for some reason, Queen Latifah is the Equalizer. Now, when Denzel did it, I didn't care that they picked a black guy for the Equalizer, when of course originally it was a white British guy. The only problem with Denzel was actually he was maybe a tiny bit young for the role. But it worked because the Equalizer movies, I feel like they take place before the series. Like he's still like in the company in the movies. He's not going the whole route of, oh, I'm retired, don't call me or anything like that. He's kind of still in the game, you know. So it works. But now with Queen Latifah, I'm like, well, I don't mind that the Equalizer is black. I really don't care. I'm even open to the Equalizer being a woman. It's gonna be weird, but I'm open to the possibility of it working. But Queen Latifah? What? It might be amazing. I don't know. But I don't know. Are they going to make all of the people that need help men instead of women to do the whole role reversal thing? You know, male rape victims? I don't know. It's gonna be weird, but it might be good. I don't know. Stern, stoic, serious, but kind of, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Yep. I'm so punky. I don't know. I've seen. I don't even. I think during the Super Bowl there was supposed to be an ad for it. I didn't see it. I have to look it up on YouTube or whatever. Yeah, I mean, the Equalizer should have action moments. I mean, they might just be hyping up the action part. We won't know until there's actually a show, but Equalizer had good action moments, but yeah, it wasn't really about the action. Yeah. It was more about the suspense and stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. You're right about that, Sturgeon. Like, yeah. I'm really open to that kind of thing. And you know what I want to watch, and it's not because I'm not open to it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Is I know it's supposed to be really bad, but I want to watch the Ghostbusters movie with all the women. Ghostbusters 3, where they decided to make them all women just because, we got to do the whole role reversal thing. Not bad, just meant, yeah. When I could find a review on it that wasn't somebody just straight hiding on it, that was the basic thing that they were saying. They were like, it's not horrible. It's just not that special either. It's not much zing or anything like that to it. I don't know. I guess they figured because they couldn't get the original cast anymore because they waited freaking 20 years to make another movie, that they had to go out there with it. Yeah. Yeah. Should be about ghost hunting. Right. I'll have to watch it just to see it. It's probably got a few good moments, but overall, meh. Yeah. I'd have to see it. You know what movie I saw that I thought was gonna be bad, but I actually, for the most part, liked? The Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And I didn't only like it because of Jim Carrey. I liked it a lot. Well, not a lot, but I thought it was pretty good. Fire. It was pretty good. There were some kind of dumb things that bothered me, which I don't even remember anymore because it's been a while since I watched it. I watched it like right when it first came out in the theaters. I didn't watch it in the theaters. I'm not going to say how I watched it, but I watched it. And it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty darn good. I loved that the town that the humans were living in, the Sonic showed up in, was Green Hills. I was like, okay, you're already reeling me in. It was pretty good. It wasn't amazing or without flaws, but it was pretty good. I think it was as good as a live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie could be. Yeah, embrace the memes, yep. And the thing that I haven't seen that's supposed to be really good, but I don't know if I'd really like it too much because I'm not into Pokemon, but the Pikachu detective game, the movie, I mean, that was supposed to be pretty good too. They were way better than most live action trash, yeah. The live action Sonic movie was good, and there's definitely room for more because it ends with Robotnik wandering around in Mushroom Hill Zone. It looked like. Getting rid, and he basically just turned into the Robotnik that we all know and love at the end of the movie. So, why is there no air? Uh-oh. Didn't I hook up? Guys. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I never hooked up the air. Oh, okay. You didn't hook up the air, Lucy. Perfect. Oh, okay, yeah. And usually I won't even think about trying to watch a new movie nowadays. 9 times out of 10, a movie made newer than, I don't know, mid-2000s is just trash. But every once in a while. Okay. I still have to see Unstoppable, and that's really bad for me considering how much I like trains and I never freaking saw it. This is my last movie I saw in a theater. Well, it might not be the last one, but the last one I really remember seeing in a theater would have been the first Transformers movie. First Michael Bay Transformers. And it was okay, but I didn't like the whole CGI thing. The CG Transformers in live action. I didn't know who any of the Transformers were. I couldn't really bond with any of them. I'm used to the cartoon Transformers, and even if it was animated, I would have had to watch the cartoons a lot to really get into it, because... Oh, I need to start this job. Oh, 11 minutes, good, it's not going to make me switch around. But, I'll admit it, I didn't really give Transformers much of a chance, but... I don't know, I was entertained by the first movie, seeing it in theaters, but I never watched any of the other ones. You know what I hated in the first Transformers movie, though? I was so mad. So mad. First off, Bumblebee, which was one of the only Transformers that I could kind of really remember from the original series anyway, besides like Optimus Prime and stuff, but Bumblebee... He was always a Volkswagen Beetle. Anybody that watched the cartoons knew that. But he started out in Transformers 1 as like a 70s Camaro. I was like, well, that's different. But hey, 70s Camaros are neat. But then what happened is Bumblebee's driving, stupid, what's his name, the main character that he's off on a reservation now or whatever. Yes. He's going, oh, this crappy car, blah, blah, blah. And then they drive through, yeah, Shia LaBeouf. And then they drive through a tunnel and Bumblebee's like, oh, there's a new one. I'm going to upgrade to this. And it's like, no, get your crappy ass 2000s Camaro out of here. Oh my God. I was so mad I almost screamed. If I wasn't in a theater, I would have probably screamed at that. That pissed me off so much. I was like, you got it. It kind of ruined the whole movie for me, that one scene. Not even just the mechanical aspect of it so much, but new cars suck. All of them. Oh, I already threw that, didn't I? Alright, 11 minutes. I'm chatting more than train driving now, but you know what, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I guess, yeah. I mean, I watch NCIS LA a lot, and NCIS, and they have the new Chargers and the new, what's this Dodge now we're talking about? The new, Barracuda that Sam drives around in, and it's nice for a new car. It's nice, but even the character Sam that drives around in the newer Barracuda, what does he have hiding away in a garage that he's fixing up slowly? Like a I don't know what year it is. Probably like early '70s Barracuda or Roadrunner. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was a '70s muscle car. So even his character's like, yeah, this is nice, but I know what's better. Wait, are we unloading or loading? I don't even remember. We're loading. Okay, I'm sorry I picked the wrong way. Okay. C8. My problem with new cars, and this is any new car, I'm not even picking out a brand, is they're made to be disposable. They're throwaway cars. If somebody owns a car for more than 5 years nowadays, they probably get laughed at. It's so stupid. Or they're just spending thousands and thousands on repairs. Yeah, it's all plastic. It's all garbage electronics. It's just they're designed to be thrown out. I hate that. And you also need to be like a computer programmer to fix the damn things, too. $7,000 over the year, yeah. Well, even with that, you still gotta do some troubleshooting. It gets you a lot closer, I would think. Mom's car is complicated enough, and that's a 2006. Right, yeah. Narrow C issue, you still gotta figure it out, yep. Oh yeah, we'd be doing Batman now. Really? 06 is... It could be. I don't know. It's got a lot of electrical gremlins, that's for sure. I mean, overall though, it runs pretty good. It really doesn't have many issues at all. It's got the check engine light, but I did narrow that down to the second oxygen sensor. Ah, okay. No. Oh my god. I just full throttled for some reason. Oh yeah, the second one's pretty easy too. It's just right on the exhaust, right? It's like right after the cat. You just need a special socket for it, I think. I'm sure. Anything in the under the hood area is a complete and total nightmare in a PT. There's no working space at all. It's horrible. They needed to make that car about 3 feet longer. You have to remove the manifold. Oh my god. Who designed such a thing? got a very, very tiny coolant leak. Like, very tiny. Like, I have to add coolant like every few months. I have to add a little bit of coolant, and it's not completely dry in the reservoir yet. It's just very little. But you can smell it. It's top left of the radiator. It's not the hose. Like, the mechanic made it a little bit better once by tightening the hose, but he said that it was a dealer part, like the plastic part that the hose attaches to, that goes under the radiator. Thermostat housing. Yeah, it's plastic. Yeah. It's a very small leak, so it's really not anything I'm worried about. But because of that itty bitty leak, my mom thinks she can't drive more than like 2 blocks with the car, which is ridiculous. It's also her boyfriend browbeating her into not driving the car ever, too. But the car's fine. Yeah. You were able to find the part, though? Because the mechanic was acting like he had to get it from, like, a dealer, and I was like, really? Of course, this was an old mechanic that mostly does, like, oil changes, but he did everything, really, but he was old school. He's very reasonable, though. Damn shame he retired and sold the shop. No. I'll rebuild. The Mopar part is from the dealer. Oh, you were able to get it from AutoZone? I mean, it's just some plastic piece of crap anyway. Why bother getting the dealer one? I live with my mom. We've had our own house. That might change soon. Downgraded from having those 2 rooms with the trains to half of a room, half of a very small bedroom. The other half is taken up with furniture that isn't mine, and those lovely birds you hear in the background. Yep, chirp chirp. I don't want to cover them up in the morning. That's like when they're the most active, though. That would be really mean. Like if it's already close to getting dark anyway, then I'll cover them up. But it's like midday. It's the only time they see the sun. Yeah, they're all right, but kind of pointless. I don't know. Ones that don't just chatter, like just make chirps and noises all the time, like. The one downstairs, Mom's got an African gray parrot. And he used to say a few words, but the problem with him was for like 5-6 years, he was in the same little room that I'm in now, with like 4 other birds that just chattered and squawked and crap. So what does the African gray do? It chatters and squawks. It's not gonna talk if it's not hearing people talk. And my mom would go in every once in a while and try to talk to him a couple times a day, maybe. You know, she'd go in and feed him and stuff. But still, 90% of the time, there was this one sun conure called Jack. Sun conures are horribly loud. Extremely loud. Squawk, squawk, squawk. Very horrible. You could hear it probably next door. The next door neighbors could probably hear the damn thing in the summertime. So of course that's all the Smokey did. And we got Smokey to talk a little bit. Then like last year, he started falling in his cage all the time. And then we finally figured out that he needed a special light shining on him, and then he stopped falling. But ever since that, now he doesn't talk at all. He does a special whistle or something, or a little thing when other people are talking, but He's getting old now. Oh, one car for harbor. Really? Hey, guess what? We're finally done with all the switching jobs. Actually, there weren't that many switching jobs. I was just really taking my time with them. Although I got all the speedy bonuses. So now... Is that running? Yeah, didn't see the exhaust. I have to decide what... I'm not going to run another train out of here now. I think I'm going to stop soon, but... I will put the train together before I stop. So that's the only thing going to goods factory, so we're not going to goods factory. It's just one little job. Although goods factory is technically... Where are we now? No, it's not really... No, it's not on the way. Never mind. No goods factory. Boy, there's so much for harbor. We're definitely going to go to harbor. But we're not going to city southwest. Farm is not on the way to harbor. Oh. There's a nice bunch going to farm, but steel mill is but it's one freaking car. We're not doing that. Okay. Harbor 7. 168 tons. Harbor 2 for one freaking car. Okay. 630 tons to harbor. Okay. We can pull that. Hazmat 1. It's almost 22,000. 6, 7, 8. So that's 830 tons right there. Oh boy, we're gonna put a crazy train together, aren't we? That brings us over 1,000. 1,052. Well, I'm not going over 1,000 tons. That's really crazy. 630, 730, 830, 870, 880. But those two together will be 880. Okay, we're not doing this too. Nope. I don't want to do a crazy big train. I don't think it's worth it because when you start lashing up 3 and 4 switchers together, you're burning so much fuel. That would make it 980. Make it an even 1,000 with that one freaking boxcar. I'm not taking that one boxcar because it's not going to go on the same track. It's not worth it. Pet Eagle. That would be awesome. $352, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1,000 tons. Oh wait, we're in a food factory. That's a crazy climb up the hill out of food factory. We're not doing 1,000 tons. No. Oh, no, 6, 7, 8. 21. Yeah, this isn't even worth much. Okay. This is pushing it. That's a lot of alcohol. 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, and Yeah, that's still 1,000 tons. Right? That's 1,000 tons, yeah. So, if we were on level track, 2 switchers are good for 800, 3 switchers would be good for 1,200. But right here, coming up this bit here, is really steep hill. I think we're gonna need 4 switchers. And once you're up this hill, and around this bend here, and it's a slow climb too, because the speed limit's like 3 and 4. 30 and 40. But then you can speed up to here. There's a bit of an incline going up into Steel Mill, but it's not too bad. And then there's a pretty good climb here too. But once you pass like here-ish, then it's downhill all the way to Harbor. And I might just take this one and try it with 2 switchers. I don't think I want to try to run 4 switchers. That's gonna be so much fuel. I don't think, you know, it's an extra $10,000, but I don't even think it's really worth it. I think I'm just gonna do this one. $630 tons. The 2 switchers together is rated for 800. Should I get a third? I think I'd get a third. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a third engine. FH76. Facing the right way. Uh-oh. Yeah, pretty soon. All I'm gonna do... Huh? It's open. What happened? What's open? The other end was open? Sure what happened there. Okay. Pretty soon. I'm just gonna service these engines and grab a third and hook it up to the train that I want to take. Then I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I gotta fuel up. I think those switching jobs I did really wasn't worth it. They didn't pay out too much. Now we gotta fuel up. Alright, let's see you started. Depending on if other people are streaming or if I'm even awake. I might stream tonight with Hard Truck Apocalypse again. I'm really getting into that game. But we just did a lot of plot last time too. Do we have an open track? Oh, I gotta spin one of the engines around too. They all gotta be facing the same way for what we're gonna be doing next. Lucy, were you here for towards the end of last night when I was streaming with Hard Truck Apocalypse? I think you were. With all the plot dump. Oh, he passed out. Well, a lot of plot happened. Well, the next zone north, which we're going to be going to eventually. Although I think I'm going to take my time a little bit where I am now with wandering around and stuff now that I got that awesome gun. Oh, I fixed the noisy ass gun, by the way. I fixed the sound file. Turned it down. So that's not going to burst our eardrums next time. But, the next zone north, I'll just tell you, the music is going to change drastically. It's good music. Like, the music we hear now is pretty good, but it's going to get even better, let's say. Basically, do you like bagpipes? You better like bagpipes. Oh, the name of the next zone? Hell with one L. H-E-L. That's the name of the zone. The game, in fact, I'm telling you, that game is amazing. Sometimes. Apparently we have to meet fishermen up there. I'm really worried about how much worse the enemy trucks are gonna get when I go that zone to the north, because I just got that new big rain metal gun on my truck. The enemies love to upgrade when you upgrade. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna get blasted with. That gun is amazing though. That rain metal. Oh, I'm an idiot. Don't need to turn both engines, just that one. Wait a minute. Oh, it's not that one. It's this one that I need to turn around. It's too late for this. So I have to start this one up just to turn it around. We're going that way. So the engine that I'm about to pick up has to be turned around too. This one is facing the... Okay. I know what I have to do there. I'm still relatively functioning alright, but this kind of thing is bugging with my brain. Use the switch. Okay. I don't know. Let this one down. Uncouple. Turn this one on. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll hit the other one. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Derpy-doo. I especially love this turntable pit, how it's still filled in with land. I forgot to dig it out, but it still works. Let me just make sure. Both face it the same way. Okay. I got this. Okay. Well, I'm about to stop. See ya. I think I'm gonna stop the stream right here because you guys know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put these 3 engines in front of that string of tankers. Alright guys, thanks for coming and talking, and if you were here and lurking, don't be afraid to chat, I suppose. Although, I usually lurk wherever I watch too, so I can't really blame you. But I'll see you guys around. I am gonna go to bed because that's what most people do at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Anyway, I'll see you probably late sometime tonight, depending on what I'm doing and if other people are streaming that I don't want to cut into their stream time with, because I've been streaming a lot lately. But if I do stream at a reasonable time, it'll be Hard Truck Apocalypse. If it's not until middle of the night, then it'll be more of this. Not that this game is bad or anything, it's just I know a lot of people want to see Hard Truck Apocalypse. I think that's got the best chance of the two to get views. I don't know. This game's really good too, though. Anyway, I'll see you guys around later.